And I think we're live. This is not Friday, and this is not 2:00, so it is not the usual time for Seller Ladies. But by popular request, we're doing a special. It's Monday, isn't it? Oh God, a Monday special. Still in the 80s theme. So I have the lovely Lex Delicious with me. I've got Andrea, and I've got Karen that way. I never go the right way. So I didn't put out too many notifications so people might stumble on us as we go on. But we are 80s themed, and I'm very uncomfortable in a dress because I don't do that very often. So this is a special one for you lot out there.
But you do look amazing.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Very cool.
Here, so if I'm so many things, for God's sake, somebody tell me and spare me the embarrassment.
No, not at all.
In the 80s, I didn't have very much going on there in the 80s, but now it's a little different. Yeah. We got some people in. Gosh, have I been ignoring people?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let me just see if I can. Can I go up? Right, I can see Lainey and Joan. Hello, Joan. Laura Eccleston-Siebel, which is a wonderful name. Rachel B. It's supposed to be on a video call. Oh, well, this will pass the time for a few minutes. Oh, there's our Kelly. Twit twoo. Okay. It's Gloria, intelligent zombie, who was an intelligent zombie because they did well in the quiz from what I remember. And Cheryl Day Rowland. So hello, you lot. Let's hope we get some more people in. That would be absolutely lovely. This, obviously, being out of where we normally are for doing Seller Ladies, is also in aid of that fantastic charity whose name escapes me because it's British Red Cross coronavirus response.
Yeah, it's basically the British Red Cross, and it's their coronavirus response that we're raising money for. So it's for the most vulnerable people in our society at the moment.
Well, that's fabulous. And if you'd be so kind to stick a link in to the chat, I would be deeply grateful because and we got a card.
Didn't Carla tell us something rather exciting this morning, that for that particular fundraising event, we're actually like the third highest donators to it?
Oh, wow. Are we?
Yeah.
It's the lady herself.
Oh, here she is.
Carla, tell them about how it's the third highest on that Red Cross appeal thing.
With the third highest on that Red Cross. I checked it this morning. Our group contribution, Andrea's appeal, was the third highest contributing appeal so far. Gary Lineker is at the top and he's done 200k. So we've got a little way to catch up, but I feel like we can do that during this stream.
Yeah,
I mean, we're on just over 5k, I think. Yeah, so I see no reason why the people who are in the chat now shouldn't be able to do 900. I can't do maths.
We're currently on, I can tell you, we're currently on 5233.
Wow.
And yeah, we're hoping to get to 5.5 by the end of today.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
That would be great. But yeah, Gary Lineker actually donated 2 months of his salary, amongst other people donating to his fundraiser.
200k is not just the 2 months of his salary.
No, probably not far off. He's famous for being quite high.
We go like, oh wow, that's great, and that is absolutely great. And then you think like, I'm pretty sure he's getting paid in the millions by the BBC. I'm sure a few quid he can definitely. Yeah, I think he's one of the toppermost paid presenters. So it is great that he does that. Absolutely superb. I wish a few more celebs. I'm sure a few more celebs are doing the same.
Yeah.
I wish that most of them would. Because not getting all political and stuff. But the reasons there are charities is because there are shortfalls in society that mean that us regular people are filling the gaps, whereas really there's a lot of big businesses out there that aren't paying their taxes, eBay being one of them.
Named and claimed.
Yep. And just saying that it shouldn't always have to fall on us, that there are bigger people out there that can definitely afford to pay more.
In September 2019, Gary Lineker's salary was listed as 1.7 million per year. 1.75 million per year. Sorry, I forgot the 0.5. When its numbers that big, the 0.5 didn't seem to matter. But when you realise that's actually still a massive, so just the 0.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the 0.5. Yes,
yeah, 1.75 million he earns.
Wow. Wow.
I know that would do. I'd have his 0.5 if if he don't want it,
Yeah.
Small change, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so I feel like there's no reason why we shouldn't do 197,000 by the end of this stream and beat his contribution. Come on, people in the chat. Where's Shazad? We need Shazad for this.
Shazad and all Shazad's friends.
Yeah, he's done that this week, isn't he? So
Oh, bless him. Yes, we've got some more people coming into the chat here. We have, oh goodness me, who've I missed? Gloria One, Cheryl Dale Rowland. I've said hello to Lainey, I think. Becca Faduke is here. I said it correctly, yes. Antoinette Daly, Rachel B, of course, we've seen that. Elle33 Mrs. as Carrie, I think. I could be wrong, because I'm really awful with names. It is Carrie. Bloody hell, I actually got that right. I'm sorry, that's unusual.
Indoor.
That's amazing. We got Joshy, and we're in one ear, so and out the other, presumably.
Story of our life with Josh.
Yeah. Nick's in the house. Yeah. There he is.
Can I do a shout out?
Please do.
Yesterday, I think she came second. Her name was Jo Sturt, and I said at the time in the quiz that I didn't know who she was, but I feel really bad because I do know who she is. She's one of my sewing friends from Instagram. She's called A Cozy Life on Instagram. And she saw my Instagram post and came and joined the quiz. And she said she thinks she would have won if she'd have been in round one. She missed round one, but she came second still anyway. So
she did incredibly well then.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should feel bad, Carmen, because I find it really difficult to keep track of different usernames from one platform to another. So yeah, I think it's
I have pretty much the same username and name across all platforms, and I still get confused about mine. So
yeah, I only discovered yesterday that somebody who I have been messaging was actually somebody else in the chat entirely, who's in there today. So yes, I was like, oh, it's you.
Yes, they reveal their true selves. Yeah, no, it's really tricky, and I'm pretty pulling with names at the best of times. So yeah, guaranteed fail there. We've got Daisy B in. I love that name, Daisy B. Leanne Hill's in, and Victoria Plum, which always reminds me of the bathroom plumbing supplies people, because I'm sure I've bought from them in the past. Anna.
Victoria Plum sounds like you should be one of those. What's the thing that you like, Andrea?
You
know what I mean, don't you? With all the patchwork stuff.
Holly Hobby.
Like a Holly Hobby or Sarah.
Victoria Plum was one of the Holly Hobbies.
It was very similar. Yeah, it was around that same time.
Yeah, Natalie's got a Victoria Plum book somewhere.
Yeah, I had Victoria Plum curtains.
Wow, that would be a bedroom and a half, wouldn't it? I'll just say to Double Karma, because I have sent your package off today, just so you know, it's in the post and it's with my Hermes, so you might actually get it.
And just so Karen knows, she hasn't missed a lot. We've only just started.
Well, there's India as well.
And then Louise said, "What were we still doing cake?" Yes, I have cake.
Yeah,
and I my Indian tree plate.
I have cheese and pickles because we don't have cake in my house. So cheese and pickled onions. I couldn't make a hedgehog like how Kirsten did. But I tried.
That was cake, Carla, wasn't it?
Mine's a vegan apple cake.
I've got empties is what I've got.
Mine's vegan apple cake, but I didn't make it. I bought it. It's very nice.
Has Heather displayed her beautiful outfit yet? Did that happen before?
Yes.
I liked you can say who it's by.
It is a Jacques Vert. Heather, you look absolutely incredible in it. I think you should wear it daily.
I never wore these at the time, in the 80s. I wouldn't have dared wear something like this. It would have been a bit too out there for me. It would have been a bit too grown up, I think.
It's very power dressing, isn't it?
The shoulder pads, you could have someone's eye out with these. It's very but it's a bit gapey at the front, so I'm trying not to feed the world here. Yeah,
I've got
Yeah,
shoulder
you would
pads
need-
in mine, but they're a bit more
Sorry.
subtle.
You need your hair up in a French twist at the back, and then you stand up behind a boardroom table, and everybody shits themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, not into that sort of thing. Yeah. And you had to wear sort of patent shoes, black patent shoes with very high stiletto heel. I had some of those.
I'm just going to get the packaging to show Darren this apple cake because it's really good.
Oh yes. No, I can't wear heels now, but I used to.
Can I show you my my earrings? Because I'm pretending that I'm off to the royal wedding today, and then we're going to watch, Charles and Di get married, because that was such a great wedding, and obviously, it ended really well. But these are my earrings that I've got, as inspired by.
They are duplicates of the famous engagement ring, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fab, aren't they?
Yeah,
really
isn't that the one? Isn't Megan wearing that now?
Is it one of them? Isn't it?
Kate.
The other one, Kate's wearing.
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
Megan, I think Megan might be wearing her wedding ring.
Okay.
I find it a bit odd. I think if a marriage has not ended well, I don't really believe in good luck and bad luck as such, but I do feel it's odd to wear a symbol of something that didn't end well. I would have had it, if it were me, I would have had it reset into a different piece or something,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it is a little bit like, it's not really the best vibes coming with that one bit, And also, it must be difficult, like, for what's his face, William.
Particular what's his face?
To see, his mum's wedding ring on his wife, like that. I don't know. That just seems like yeah, it would spook me out a little bit, I think. But it's a very pretty ring anyway. And it's probably very, 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 very old, isn't it? It's probably like before Diana, it was probably someone else before them, wasn't it?
I think she used to take a lot of the jewels and have them remade and repurposed anyway. I seem to remember there been a bit of a trend for her doing that, to wear the old jewels. But like I say, I mean, jewellery carries energy. If someone's wearing something for a long time, there's, jewellery carries a whole heap of vibes. And unless it was very thoroughly cleansed in a very witchy way, I would not want to be wearing something with that history.
I wear this quite a lot. It was my nan's. My nan's necklace.
Like garnet?
I think so, yeah. It's got like a nice clasp on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't handed down. She bought it from Goward's. And it says the selection of this ring was unusual because it was neither custom made nor unique, and it was, at the time of her engagement to Charles, featured in their jewellery collection and available for anyone to purchase.
Oh, wow.
Some people say she selected it because it reminded her of her mother's engagement ring, and other people say that she chose it because it was big.
Wow. Yeah, might as well get something out of it then, eh?
Chunky old necklace that would go with it, really. And if I wasn't allergic to actually wearing costume jewellery, that would be it's even that's too much, isn't it? Maybe the headdress.
I'm just going to show Darren this. Look, it is. I got it online. It's vegan Dutch apple cake.
Nice.
Wow, spécialité locale.
Yeah. So if you want to look that up, it's very nice.
Have you done any vegan baking, Andrew? Is it something you do, baking, as a general rule?
No, Ellen's the baker in our family.
I just wonder what you put in, because I think you have to put in chickpea juice instead of eggs or something, don't you?
We don't put that in, but no, I don't know. No, Ellen cooks stuff, but mostly it's like brownies and that sort of stuff.
I think I tried before an accidentally vegan chocolate cake that had avocado in it, and that was really nice. And there was one I saw on it might be MasterChef, I think, that had beetroot in it.
Yeah, beetroot cake is quite nice. I've tried that.
Yeah, red velvet they call it, don't they? The beetroot cake. It tastes amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, Carol said you can use oil instead
of eggs,
or not instead of eggs. I don't think.
Butter.
We've used I'm trying to think what they're called. They expand, like the tiny little seeds.
Polystyrene.
Oh, I know. Chia.
Polystyrene packaging filling beads.
Chia seeds.
Chia seeds.
I can't think of it. I don't know why.
Chia.
It'll come to me.
Chia.
Chia seeds. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, it'll come to me. Chia, it'll come to me.
And they go all like jellified and they expand and they're really cool.
Oh, they are. Have you ever had a chia seed like overnight thing? Like soak them overnight. Oh, tastes like frog spawn.
Do they expand like tapioca? Is that kind of that?
Yeah, but it's grim. It's like really slimy and horrible. Absolutely horrible.
You've sold that really well. Well done there, Lex. That's everybody should look out and do
I wasn't intending to sell it. I'm saying don't ever try it. Like they'll on Pinterest there's like 50 recipes to do with overnight chia seeds and they all look nice. And I tried it and every single one you taste and just go like no, it's frog spawn. It's just vile, horrible stuff.
Yeah, Kelly says chickpea juice can be beaten to make meringues. There we go. I knew I hadn't imagined that.
Yes, you're right. My vegan friend has made them, and apparently they're okay, but I've never tasted them. So,
the question is, are they okay or are they just like meringues? That's the question.
The ingredients in this is
right.
glucose fructose syrup, rye flour, fruit, sugar, cinnamon, spices, sunflower oil, raising agents, and that's it.
It all sounds quite harmless, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I love this question from Karen. What's the worst ever vegan substitute you've ever had?
Beef.
Let's leave it there, shall we? I don't know, some of the vegan cheeses is a little bit iffy. Yeah.
I sit here puzzled. I think, what would you make vegan cheese from? Where would you even begin?
I don't like it when they make it out of coconuts. It tastes horrible. It's like sweet cheese, and no, I can't deal with that.
I think there comes a point where you should stop trying to pretend things are cheese and just call them a coconut product,
A spread, not V's or whatever it is. Yeah.
Nick asked for a shout out, by the way.
Oh.
Nick said, can we get a shout out for our new family member, baby Roxy Jarvis?
Oh, yeah.
So Nick is officially, his word, a grunkle. He's a great uncle, he's a grunkle. And what does that make you, Andrea?
Apparently a granty.
Hey.
Oh, I'm one of those as well.
Roxy is a cool name. Roxy is a very cool name.
Roxy Jarvis definitely sounds like a rock star, I think.
She's going to live up to that name, though. Be very, very aware.
Yeah. Very cool name. I thought it's very, very fitting for like an 80s weekend as well, because it's very kind of, like Roxy music, like kind of, it's very cool name. Yeah, I like it.
My great niece is 5 months old and she's learned how to do a high five. If you'd say high five to her, she goes like that and does a high five.
Well, Molly knows how to do that, but she's nearly 18 months old now, so that's probably not quite clever.
Yeah, and he's furniture, so different.
Monty's hilarious. When I've got a treat for him, he'll do every single trick as quickly as possible. He doesn't wait for me to tell him which one to do. He'll do them all really quickly because he wants his treat.
I've done the routine handover.
Monty used to get so excited it would look like he was waving at you. So he was trying to give you his paw. So it's just
My cat, when she gets very, very excited, she does a really, really quick bum wiggle. Like her tail just goes like that. Like really excited. But that's okay. She's just really excited to see me.
Oh, that sounds disgusting, Louise. Oh.
Yeah, I'd just say that. It's like, yeah. Oh, dear.
What with like vegan and vegetarian stuff? Like, I mean, some of it is really nice. Like, I love Linda McCartney sausages and things like that. They are tasty. But, you have, like, say, bacon-flavoured, corn bits or something, or chicken bits and stuff. And they're useful, obviously, to have, like, your fajitas and things. But, things like a Scotch egg or whatever, that's like, but there's a reason why that's meaty and stuff. And to bake it all, it's like, just have something else that's really nice. They'll probably taste a lot better than a fake Scotch egg. Just have something, vegetarian or vegan, that's nice. Because half of them, they just taste minging, don't they? Like the replacement stuff. So just don't bother. Just have something nice.
Yeah, they're better than they used to be.
I'm not really sure about the vegan fish.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I could imagine the texture would be a bit weird as well.
Yeah.
And the flavour, how? Yeah. I mean, back in the 80s, if you were vegan in the 80s, and I was vegetarian in the 80s for about 4 years, and I knew people who were vegan, and my God, it couldn't have been any harder because there was nothing pre-prepared. And if you didn't like sort of lentils, you were kind of stuck. You know, I mean, being vegetarian was okay, although it didn't agree with me. I'm just biologically not made to be vegetarian, sadly. But it was, now there's so much more pre-prepared stuff. Some is good, some is not. But, you know, you were very limited with what you could get back then. It was a real challenge.
Totally. I mean, we went on holiday to Germany and they just looked at me like I had two heads. Like,
Yeah,
it's
a lot of meat in Germany.
A very, very meaty culture.
Yeah.
Sausage.
How old were you when you did you? Sorry, I'm going to start again, and we'll see if we can manage a sentence. Did you go through vegetarianism into veganism, or did you go straight to vegan? And how old were you when it happened?
I was 15 when I decided I didn't want to eat meat anymore. I didn't want to eat meat anymore, really, by the time I was like 5, I think. But I was forced to. But I think it was around the whole mad cow disease thing. And I said, that's it, I'm not eating meat anymore. I'm just not. And my mum said, right, you can make your own dinners then. And then my nan convinced her that I was going through a phase. And here I am.
It's a long phase.
Yeah.
You were 15, you're saying. You're 21 now, so that's 6 years already. Indy's first question: what was your favourite food in the 1980s? Is that to all of us, Indy, or is it specifically Andrea when she was vegetarian in the 80s? Of course, I ask a question and I sit and I wait to hear the answer.
Yeah. I can tell you for sure, my favourite food then is the same as it is now, which is curry. I love Indian food. Good Indian food.
I never tasted curry when I was a kid. It was my parents were very straightforward meat and 2 veg English cuisine, you know. And
but I wasn't a kid.
Yeah,
That's why. I'm old, remember? I got 10 years on you.
But just to say, I wasn't 15 in the 80s. I was 15 in the 90s. So
we forget how young she is.
That's it.
Same age as you, Carla.
My favourite food in the 80s was something I never got. So I went to a friend's house for tea once and was given Findus crispy pancakes. And I thought they were the best thing I'd ever had in my life. And I went home and nagged and nagged. My mother refused to buy them. She was very much, no, they're beige plastic food. We're not having that. And I've only ever had them that once, I think, until I moved out and was allowed to. And now I don't have them at all. But, you know, I think they became the holy grail of food because I'd had them this one time and could never get them again.
Do you know what? I pretty much the same. I think I saw, you know, maybe adverts or whatever, and my mum was the same, just like, you're not eating that crap. And then I think she gave in once, and I can't remember the 2 different types. There was a steak one, and it wasn't that one, it was the other one. But I remember trying one and had like a massive bit of like gristle or something in it. And that was it.
There's the ham and cheese one.
Oh, maybe that was one. Horrid, absolutely horrible. I think I was like 2 bites in and I'm like, no, that's it, that's me done.
Yeah.
Our first one was minced beef and onions, so probably not even the best one to begin on.
No, just horrible. It still turns my stomach now. Like, that and Wotsits. I can't eat Wotsits because I was no, I was very ill after eating Wotsits when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And no, even the smell of them now, I'm like, oh no.
You see, I can't stop with Wotsits. If they're around and people put them out as snacks, I'm a pig in a trough. I'm there. So I love a lot. They've got no cheese in them whatsoever. They bear no relation to cheese at all. But there's something about them that I don't have them in the house because it's dangerous.
Thing is, other like puffed wheat flake or whatever they're made from things I'm fine with, and other cheesy things I'm fine with. I think it's the combination of the 2 that it's like cheesy, crunchy cotton wool that just honestly, it makes my teeth ache just thinking about them.
Yeah, you've made that connection now, so you can't. Yeah, it cannot be undone.
There goes the Findus Crispy Pancake sponsorship deal that I was angling for. Thanks.
Yeah.
They used to make them next to me. The Findus factory is right near. Well, it's in Long Benton. I think it's moved over to something else now, but it was the Findus factory. And on certain days of the week, you would smell crispy pancakes being made.
They made them. They weren't just, like vacuum pressed or something out of plastic and crap. Yeah.
I have eaten them once or twice, but I think that was just out of desperation as a student. It wasn't because of any nutritional value or desire.
You know what I've only ever had one of, and that's a pot noodle.
Oh yeah,
I love pot noodles. They're so bad, but I really like them, especially the Bombay bad boy.
Honestly, never been able to do it. Just no.
I tried one at my friend's house because my mum wouldn't have them, but my friend, anything new that I tried, it was always at one of my friends' houses because my dad just used to cook like proper meals from scratch. We never had any like convenient stuff.
And also, do you not remember that we used to have the same things all the time as well? It's like they went shopping and bought exactly. They still do. My mum still goes shopping and buys exactly the same things every week. There's never any variety. Yeah. And I don't know if that was everybody's parents or whether my parents were just weird.
I think people do get into habits because cooking for a family becomes a bit of a chore rather than a master chef experience. And I mean, even I've caught myself sort of having similar things and going, oh yeah, we can have sausages again this week sort of thing. But yeah, it's difficult to get experimental when you're just under time pressure, I think.
Yeah, I think I do pretty much that. We have particular days we have certain things on. So yeah, it's just.
I remember Thursdays was mince and mash. It wasn't even cottage pie. It was just mince and mash. And like you can't even be bothered to build it.
Thought has gone into the making of this food.
Yeah, I would call that deconstructed shepherd's pie.
Yeah, that would win awards. That would. My nan used to do the best cook. Neither of my mothers, which sounds ridiculous, but neither of the people in the parental role could cook to save their life. So I was never taught to cook. But when I left home, I taught myself, which is because they never had curries, they never had anything spicy, they never, oh God, taste buds of a gnat. So I literally went out and bought the Madder Jaffrey books and bought the Delia Smith books and all these so that I could start learning.
Yeah.
Madder Jaffrey was on something the other day and Anthony went, "Who's that?" And I was like, "I can't believe you don't know who Madder Jaffrey is. I can't believe you don't know who that is."
God,
is like, "Why would I know what it is?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I just assumed you would because like it's not recognizing the Queen,
Very much so, more so actually. Oh dear.
Like not recognizing Cliff Richard.
Who?
Oh, you recognise all his albums and a big life-size poster on the wall covered in lipstick marks.
Okay, now you've got me there.
It's a running joke in our family. My sister buys my mum a massive Cliff Richard calendar every year, and she doesn't want it, but she has to put it up because it was a present. So in our living room, my mum and dad's living room, there's a big Cliff Richard calendar there every year.
No, I think Cliff Richard is like the biggest calendar because it is like a joke with a lot of families. I think that actually every year his is like the biggest selling calendar.
Yeah, he's no longer what you might call at the peak of his career. He is still the biggest selling calendar.
Yeah. My aunt is a massive, again, another very small but massive fan of his. Absolutely adores him. And why is the only word I can think of. But hey, you do you. It's a bit strange.
My mum was a huge fan, and I have to say I quite like him.
I don't brainwashed. He doesn't. He doesn't excite me. He's no Shakin' Stevens, is he? Let's face it.
Oh, God. Better than Shakin' Stevens. I mean, his moves, they're up there. Bit of swaying.
Can't be a bit shaky.
Is that why you fell for Nick? Because they had similar dance moves?
Must have been.
He's got some crazy moves, that man. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my word! Yeah, his dance was the other night was cracking.
Oh, that was so much fun. I mean, honestly, and this is how sad we are, I think that's the most fun we've had on a Friday. No, when was it? Saturday night that we've had in a long time.
And normally you'd say you really need to get out more, but obviously that's not appropriate right now.
No. We probably do. But Nick doesn't like going to a club or anything like that because it's too loud. So we don't do that. So having a dance in, he was falling over his Henry Hoovers and all kinds.
It got very messy, didn't it?
Yeah, we've danced together like that since the 90s, probably.
Oh, we can do it again then. It's got to happen again. Have a 90s one.
Yeah.
Not for a while, obviously. Give yourself time to.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, we can still have an online disco. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Zoom, don't we? So more of us can be in a group chat at one time, because Hangouts isn't very good. So hopefully Zoom will be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen said earlier that rang with me about where is it now? She said about like, were there houses near you that used to pretend were like haunted houses and stuff? Yeah. You grow up with old abandoned buildings that were obviously haunted, and like, yeah, anywhere there was an abandoned building was haunted. And didn't you always want to go and have an adventure? Like, so you go to this, haunted house or whatever, and you find a treasure map. Because you'd see it in the films, like Goonies and stuff. And I would desperately, because I love Mysterious Cities of Gold as well. It's like, I want an actual adventure. Like, I don't just want to pretend, and go and pretend that it's a haunted house or pretend to find a treasure map. I actually want it to happen. Why doesn't it happen to normal people? Like, I want a proper 80s style adventure, damn it.
Yeah, we watch a lot of those abandoned house videos. And we love to do that,
Have you watched the ones with like the hospitals and the shopping malls and like the electric's still on and stuff still going? It's so creepy.
No, yeah, we're really into RNK all day. Yeah, I think they're called RNK all day, and we're really into them.
The funny thing is, the places that are haunted are usually not actually places that are stereotypically what you would think. It's kind of when you walk past somewhere and you just get a sudden feeling of, oh, this is interesting. I've done that on many occasions.
Not really wary about ghosts and things like that. I don't feel like the dead want to hurt us. It's serial killer stuff that freaks me out. The idea, when you see those abandoned hospitals, the idea that behind one of those plastic sheets is a big bloke with a horrible knife is what. Whoa.
Yeah. That's not an adventure. That's worse.
Yeah, I don't want that kind of adventure. That's all right. Yeah, I think one of those videos, Andrea, are they British? Because if they did, I think well, there's a British lot, and they went to Noel Edmonds' Blobbyland or whatever it was called, like Mr. Blobbyland or something. So obviously it was a massive flop and closed, and owed loads of money and stuff. But it's all still. What was it?
Oh, I need to have a look. Just going to look that up.
Yeah, crinkly bottom. It's all still there and looking weird, but obviously, like, nature is taking it back, is reclaiming, and I think like there's bunch of skagheads have lived there for a while.
It's in Thomas, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Look at me knowing stuff.
I know, right? What is it with you knowing things?
Karen seems to have her own tunnels. I'm guessing that's Rochester area.
Oh, there's a few different ones. I'll have to see which one you're talking about.
We have the Chislehurst Caves that we used to explore when we were younger. They were fun. Actually, I used to go to parties there.
I said before about my mum and dad working in a hotel when I was a kid in the 80s. And it wasn't used as a hotel. They just used the restaurant and bar, and all the hotel was all old rooms. I mean, my sister used to go around. There was like broken floorboards. It was probably really dangerous.
Was it called the Overlook? Was it called the Overlook? Was it called the Overlook Hotel? And did you ride round on a little tricycle? And
no, it was called the Grand Hotel. It was a Victorian hotel, like a really posh one in Victorian times. And my dad just worked in the restaurant. They used to do Sunday lunches, but we had a room right up in the attic where we were supposed to stay for the whole day, and entertain ourselves, but we didn't. We used to sneak out and go in all the rooms and things.
That's very cool, though. I'd love, an old abandoned hotel, and I mean that's definitely horror film stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
quite.
R&K have been around like old Disney World resorts and that sort of thing that are all abandoned, and that's big hotels and stuff.
So what's happened to Neverland? Like Michael Jackson's place?
Don't know. It still hasn't been. I don't know. Nobody's living there.
Because that must be all. Yeah, surely that's.
I don't know who owns it, but nobody's living there.
Oh. Someone needs to, buy it and have it like a.
Is that for sale?
See, I think they should just turn it into like a Graceland type thing.
Yeah.
If anybody wants it.
There we go. And Indy said was everyone at the school?
It's co-owned by the Jackson Estate and the investment firm Colony Capital and Michael Jackson's estate. They've said that twice. It's been renamed the Sycamore Valley Ranch, and it has an asking price of just 31 million.
Oh, okay.
So
they haven't actually sold it yet then. Yeah, well, it was called the Sycamore Valley Ranch before it was Neverland. That's what it was when he bought it.
So if us lot put in like 6 million each, yeah,
then we can do like
I would struggle to do more than 5 million at the moment.
Oh well, I'll put in the extra for you, and you can just think back next week.
You can have an extra acre or something. I don't mind.
Okay.
Well, I'll go to the bank with a business plan.
Yeah. See.
No plan.
Life with Neverland.
I like the question from India Chick about was anyone else's school haunted? My primary school certainly was, but by some very lovely things. So I didn't have a problem with that at all. It was an old Georgian house and full of old Georgians, which was rather lovely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a spirit living in our house. Kind of made itself known when we first moved in, and then I experience things sometimes.
Yeah.
Was it bad things, unsettling things?
Say again?
Good things, bad things, unsettling things. I mean, does it throw books at you, or do you
Sometimes unsettling things when I'm just going to sleep. Mostly nothing bad. Just feels, you just feel it there.
Did you?
Sometimes it sets off things in Nick's office.
Furbies, for example.
Yeah, Furbies used to just randomly talk to themselves. His computer comes on in the middle of the night, and I told you once that you and Caroline were just chatting away like at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I told you we were actually there though.
Did
I
you?
feel like I'm being watched by a Furby right now.
Are you?
Who's been watched by Furby?
Me.
You are. Oh.
I feel like I've got one behind my back.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
You have.
Andrea, did you ever go downstairs in the middle of the night and Ellen would be sat there in front of the telly with just like loads of white noise around, and then she turns to you and then goes, "They're here."
No, thank God. No, when we first moved in though, I think one of the first evenings or nights, Nick always comes to bed after me, and I woke up in the middle of the night. The light was on downstairs. It was the standard lamp. And I said to him in the morning, "Oh, you left the light on in the middle of the night. I had to go and turn it off." And he said, "No, I didn't. I definitely turned it off." And I thought, it's a bit weird. And then he came to bed the next night, and I woke up when he came to bed, and it was dark downstairs. Woke up again a couple of hours later, and the dining room light was on. So that was a bit weird.
And then we went down and the VHS player was missing.
I did check all the doors, nothing, no break-ins, nothing was missing. It was a bit weird. Yeah.
Victoria says there's an old.
You have a feeling.
Sorry.
Do you have a feeling about when the spirit is from? Because they're always Victorian, aren't they? You never get caveman ghosts or ghosts from last Tuesday and stuff. They're all Victorian.
I have a feeling it's later than Victorian. I don't know why, and I have a feeling it's male.
Going like, oh bloody hell! You filled my house with all this stuff. God.
Yeah, probably.
That's true though. Where are all the cavemen ghosts? Where are they?
There's not so many of them, if you think about it.
True. Yeah, there was probably only about 12 cavemen, weren't there?
I think it's because they were a bit less enlightened as well, so they had nothing to hang around for.
Yeah.
Have you seen that program? I think it's called. Is it called Ghosts? It's like a comedy with the Horrible Histories team when they're all a couple move in the house and they're all the ghosts are still there, and there's a caveman ghost.
Yeah, but they're all from
it's on the BBC, so I think it's called Ghosts. But yeah, check it out. I think you can watch the whole series on BBC. I'm really hoping they make another series because it was hilarious.
You just reminded me of Rent-A-Ghost.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rent-A-Ghost, like Miss Pop-Off, and I could totally watch that right now.
What the rest of them were called? What was the little jester chap called? Mr. Catchpole?
Oh, he was creepy.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was this the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You were too old for Rent-A-Ghost, see, Heather. You were grown up by then.
Well, I think I might have seen one or two. There was. I saw something called Grot Bags that I thought was hilarious. But
Yeah.
Did anyone else think Will-o'-the-Wisp was scary? Because I was scared of Will-o'-the-Wisp.
Oh, I liked Will-o'-the-Wisp because it was freaky as. Yeah.
But then I didn't like Grot Bags either. I was quite scared of Grot Bags.
Typed witch.
Does anybody still sing "There's somebody at the door"?
Yeah.
Somebody at the door.
I did that earlier today. Ella looked at me weird. She went, "There's somebody at the door," and I went, "There's somebody at the door."
Well, we asked.
And Ellen's like, "Oh God, Mum's at it again."
Yeah. So many times this weekend, she's gone, "Oh God."
Oh wow! There we go. For those who remember Rent-A-Ghost.
No way.
Oh wow!
Running for me, the Gran and Billiet. Wow.
Amazing. Claim to fame. Woohoo.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the program with the robot? There was a granny in that as well.
Oh, was that Metal Mickey?
Metal Mickey! Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah, I loved that. Loved it.
I just remember that there was a granny in it as well.
Super Gran. Yes, I remember watching Super Gran.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was cool. Oh, and Johnny Briggs.
Johnny Briggs.
Oh my God.
Johnny Briggs. Yeah.
What's Johnny Briggs? Who was Johnny Briggs?
Oh, it was on before Blue Peter, and it was just like a little kind of soap opera for the kids about Johnny Briggs and his family, and his sister was proper 80s style, wasn't she? Liverpudlian or something? I can't remember.
See, although I was a student, I was one of those rare students that actually went to lectures and worked. So I didn't get to see all the daytime telly that everyone else did, like watching Countdown and, that kind of thing. That was very popular in the 80s.
Yeah.
Religiously. like she would be more likely to miss church than she would have been to miss Countdown.
Yeah, is it Blockbusters and Countdown? They were the things.
Auntie Sue says my mum drove like Super Gran. Oh, and Kelly reminded us of Raggy Dolls. Can you remember the theme tune?
Raggy Dolls.
Dolls like you and me. Raggy Dolls, made imperfectly. So working on at ease with your knobbly knees and your fingers are all thumbs. Stand on your two left feet and join our Raggy Doll chum. Raggy Dolls are happy just to be Raggy Dolls, dolls made imperfectly, or something, or dolls like you and me.
Well done.
Very well done.
Oh, look at Queenie Conquest says, love Johnny Briggs, served him in a bar in Manchester years ago and recognised his face straight away.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, well spotted.
You wonder like all these 80s stars, the ones from like Grange Hill and things like that, the ones that didn't go on to EastEnders, which was a lot of them, wasn't it, went on to EastEnders. But like, what about the other ones? Like, can you imagine just say like going into a supermarket and seeing Zamo like stacking shelves or something, or
I got pushed over by Zamo. charity football match.
Accidentally.
We were the half-time thing. We've joined together with loads of other majorette troops in our county, and we were doing like a massive display in the middle of this charity football match. And he was playing, and we were all like lined up ready to go on, and he comes off and he just pushed straight past me and knocked me over.
Oh, nice.
What a scumbag.
Yeah, didn't even say sorry.
Don't like him.
No.
Well, he's not that famous anymore, is he? So karma and all that.
I'm going to find out what happened to Zamo.
I've got another song you could sing, Carla. James the Cat. Do you remember James the Cat?
No.
Yeah, I remember James the Cat.
My name's James. Da, 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 da. James the Cat. Da, 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 da.
I don't recognise that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing the whole song. I do know the whole song.
I remember Henry's cat.
Yeah.
Henry, was it Henry's? Henry's. You must know Henry's cat.
You must have seen the movie.
You must have read the book. He's a mellow yellow feline.
So take a second look. He knows everything about nothing, and not too much about that. So if you know someone who knows what he knows, then you must know Henry's cat.
Yeah, Bagpuss was about my limit.
Apparently Zamo turned up in EastEnders.
Really?
Oh, there you go. You did end up.
29.
Yeah, quite recently. He was a bus driver.
No way.
I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
It's taken him all this time to get his second acting job.
Yeah, that's not a career, is it really?
No, not really.
Oh, goodness me.
Yeah, well, what the other ones are doing then? Like, I'm pretty sure I saw some, was it Roland?
Roland.
Roland. Is it him? But there's one of them that was like, he wasn't exactly the most attractive lad in it, and now he's grown up well, you know.
Oh.
He's well.
Ugly duckling syndrome, eh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's like a bodybuilder or something now.
I don't think it's him.
No,
It's
probably
Roland.
I think I've seen him on like a documentary, and he's still fat with glasses.
Oh, bless. Oh, Button Moon. I loved Button Moon. That was proper sweet. I think Bagpuss was definitely, other than the Mysterious Cities of Gold, which was just class, Bagpuss is just like, it's just lovely.
They made a couple though, didn't they? Bagpuss. I think there's only about 8 episodes or something.
Oh, yeah, there's not a lot of them, no.
That's referring to Zamo, I think.
Yeah.
I took me a minute to get that. The uptake.
That's the Zamo. Oh, trapdoor.
Oh yeah, I love trapdoor.
So yeah.
You open that trap door. Because
there's something down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name? Bert, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you like the Moomins, don't you, Karen? Because what's your nickname?
I look like a moomin.
Oh,
That's a nice nickname, though.
that's sweet.
Yeah. It's cute. Carla, are you still doing research or have you frozen?
I'm trying to find this bodybuilding Grange Hiller to work out who it is, but not a lot of joy.
I think Moon is a lovely nickname. I used to get called Morticia, and I didn't for a little while there. I didn't like it, but I got over myself quite quickly.
I used to get called Heidi because of my curly hair.
Oh.
Yeah, but not in a good way. The bullies in school used to think that would get to me for some reason.
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah.
I think my sister's name, my sister's name is Kate, but her actual name is Katie, and she hates it. And she's named after the, What Katie Did books. And yeah, so very early, when she was a teenager, so that must have been in the 80s, she definitely was like, no, I'm Kate. I'm not being called Katie, because everyone in school used to take the mick out of her for it. And I think now, right, because her name is Kate Jones, right, very standard name, but her surname is Stevenson. And if she'd have gone the full, double-barreled everything, she'd have been Katie Jane Stevenson Jones. What a nice name is that?
Rose off the tongue.
That would that's such a cool name. But no.
I wish I'd done a double barrel actually, because now my little sister's married. My maiden name has ended because my dad was the only one with the surname Stockley, because he's got 5 half brothers and sisters, so they've got a different surname. So Stockley, and my dad had 3 girls, so Stockley is gone now.
Well, you can still do it, can't you?
I don't know, can you?
Of course you can. You can change your name to whatever you want. You can change your name to Elvira.
Yes, quite easy. You can be called whatever you can be called whatever you want just by saying I now wish to be known as.
Yeah.
Or you can do it by change of name deed, which costs almost no p and just has to be witnessed by a couple of people.
So Karen, I do wear knickers. Stockley Fisher.
Yeah, nobody will believe you, but you can change your name to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I never changed my name when I got legally married. I didn't change my name.
All right.
I because you have to do something to get it changed, and I never did. So I just kept everything as it was. And to be honest, you know, I've been Heather Wood for 42 years. It seemed a bit 41 years. It seemed a bit silly to change it. Then I kind of got used to it. And
So
it's
is your
who I am.
son's name different then? Your son's
yeah.
surname?
Yeah, he's got my husband's surname, which strangely enough is Ching.
King,
Another reason why I didn't need it because he's not Chinese.
No,
It's C-H-I-N-G. It's a Cornish name. There's a place called Kilcampton, which is up in the north of where Devon and Cornwall kind of meet, the border. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's full of Chings who've actually been there. So it's from a very small area. So, but yeah, I just got used to my name and finally quite liked it. So I didn't see the need to change it, really. I never felt the need.
I think if I did change my name, I might change my first name because it has been such a pain in the arse my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
That I might maybe change it so it's phonetically spelt, so it could be C-A-R-R-I-N, and then maybe people would get it right.
No,
I'd be more likely to call you Karen then.
Yeah, I'd do Karen if I saw that.
Give it a really weird Celtic spelling, and then you're more likely to get it.
Yeah, just put like a random B and an H in it.
Yeah.
Just imagine the first day of every school year, new teachers.
Here we go again.
Karen Stockley. It's Karen, actually. Oh, that's an interesting name. Where does that come from? It's German. And like sometimes the whole class would go, it's German.
Or mine, right? So my Alexandra is my name. Every single school report ever, they would spell my name Alexander. And every time my mum would reply, like, you know, your parents would have to reply with like, oh, have you got any comments? Like, my mum would just write, can you spell my child's name right, please? It's been 7 years.
Last time I looked, I had a girl.
Yeah. It's like, it's not really that difficult, you know.
My nephew Riley is spelled R-Y-L-E-E, and the amount of times he gets R-I-L-E-Y, he just gets that all the time.
But that's the usual spelling, so yeah.
I like it.
Did I swear? Did I swear? What did I say?
Do it again.
We'll have to watch it. We'll have to watch back.
Indy says her maiden name was Pollock, and nobody ever got tired of turning the P into a B when her name was on the Pollock chart.
That's got to happen, hasn't it? Really? Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Someone's asking in the chat if any of us had nicknames. I presume we mean when we're at school. There we go. Sorry, yes, it's Queenie contest. Nickname.
No, I really tried hard to have one, because going back to Grange Hill, I really kept telling people that I wanted them to call me Tucker, to the point where if I met someone new, I would introduce myself as Tucker, and all the other kids go, that's not her name. I wanted to be Tucker Jenkins. I wanted, you know. Never, I just couldn't make it catch on. I was desperate. I was a very sad individual as a child. Very, very, very sad.
Mine was a bit boring. It was just Woody. So
I got car insurance, car in Black Label, car in the garage, car in Stock Cube, car in Stocks and Shares.
Oh dear.
What was your maiden name, Andrea?
It's confusing.
That's unusual.
My birth name was Wiles, W-Y-L-E-S. But then my mum married my stepdad, it's Burbage, Burbage, and yeah, she asked my real dad if they could change my name, and he said no. So she did it anyway. So God knows how she did it, but I ended up with a passport and a national insurance card in that name, and it was changed at school. I don't think it was ever legally done. So I was quite happy to finally get married and change my name. Not because I don't like my stepdad's name, just because I just felt like I didn't exist.
Yeah, well, didn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody knows this. When me and Darren got married, the registrar has put the wrong date on the wedding certificate. Does that mean my wedding was legal? She put the wrong year.
I don't know. I think you might not be married at all.
You've been living in sin, dear. Ooh. Sounds so much more fun.
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to investigate that, because that can be quite fun.
Yeah,
because
what is 2004 instead of 5?
It was only a year out then. But got the right century.
Yeah, because surely that's like fraud or something.
Yeah, it probably is.
I didn't notice until ages after.
That means you could get married again, though. If you wanted, wouldn't bother, but you know. Although prizes.
Change of name thing, Andrew. I changed Anthony's name when he was little without permission from his father, and literally just needed a change of name deed. And then you had to produce that change of name deed at the school to get his name changed there. And then any time since that he's had to produce his original birth certificate, he's had to produce the change of name deed with it. So, but of course, once he got a passport, he's never had to produce his birth certificate again. So the passport was issued in the changed name, and since then he's never needed to produce his birth certificate for anything, because his passport was always done the job. So,
okay.
See, I would love to change my whole name to Professor Lex Fantastic.
Yes.
But I want to be able to introduce myself and go like, oh, hi, I'm Professor Lex Fantastic, and not have anybody question it, not have anybody go like, oh, that's an unusual surname or anything like that. I just want them to accept that my surname is Fantastic, and that's it.
Wonderful.
So you want to not only change your name, but you also want to change the way the entire human race operates.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I mean, what can I say? I'm a very demanding person.
Yes. Wow. Yeah.
So not like Phoebe in Friends, who's Princess Consuela Banana Hammock or something.
It's a reasonable name, I think.
Oh, that would be something else, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, I always kind of felt that I'd want to keep my own name, whatever, because I kind of felt that I don't know, I just didn't like the idea of suddenly being somebody else that I wasn't. And also it was kind of obvious in the end that if I've seen the problems my husband's been through, having to explain his name to everybody. First he has to spell it, then he has to say, no, I'm not Chinese, it's Cornish. And there's this whole sort of sound bite that has to go with having that surname. And
people expect a Chinese person to turn up, isn't there? If his name's on something.
Oh, if we booked a restaurant, it'd be me that would book it, not him. Because apparently Ching is quite a big name in Chinese. So you've got to be a bit careful. But also, I was a hypnotherapist at the time, and I didn't want people... What I thought would happen is that people would assume I was Chinese. And if you've got a hypnotherapist, you really want English to be their first spoken language. So I you know, but yeah.
And also, your name, Heather Wood, is very like Earth Mother kind of witchy name, isn't it? The element like that. So it very much
with the Druids from the get-go, really, with a name like that. Is that your real name? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I'm a Druid, you see. Part Druid, part witch.
Perfect name. Yeah.
I'll just see what Mandy's saying in the chat there.
I've ignored it, sorry, yeah. Right, what she said. Here we go.
That losing the tooth. Oh.
That is cute.
Apparently, the Australian Prime Minister said that the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny were key workers, so not to worry.
Yeah, there you go. That's fine.
I think it'll all be all right.
Let's hope we don't get to the point where Father Christmas has to be designated a key worker as well, eh?
Oh dear.
Yes, that cannot happen.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to get that far.
I don't know. They were talking about maybe pubs and restaurants won't open till nearly Christmas.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
It's all speculation because the government won't
exactly that.
say
Yeah,
anything.
that's newspapers, but
Newspapers. Don't believe everything you read, isn't it?
yeah, I tend not to, but then it comes up on the telly, someone talks about it, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
You never know. The surname Conquest. I have never. I used to.
Wow.
One of my jobs was actually looking up people's names and doing the research for their coat of arms and stuff. It's just a weird job, but certain names you knew, and even some unusual ones. But that's one I've never heard. So that really is unusual.
I just thought that was a made-up name, Queenie. I didn't realise that was your real surname.
It's a fantastic name, isn't it?
It's a great name, and if Queen is your first name, that would be even more special.
I think she said further back her name was Elaine.
Oh well, Elaine is Queen Elaine. But I love that surname. That's fantastic. No one's going to argue.
Mandy gives her kids a tenner. I mean, Mandy's tooth fairy gives her kids a tenner a tooth.
I used to get 50p.
I'm bloody
That's not
glad
my
kids are grown up. That's what tooth fairies are paying these days.
I mean, that could get expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll send you a faceful if you want to send me about 300 quid back. That would be great. I was just going to say to Queenie as well. I'm not sure if she's emailed me yet, because I'm not sure if it let me put my email address up in the chat earlier. But if you do want to email me your address, it's lex.oliver@hotmail.co.uk. And I know I've just put that out there to the internet, but my email address is easy to find anyway. So, and as is everyone else's, you know.
Of course, Queen bought something off you, didn't she? Yes.
Yeah, sorry, your sort code and your account number were what now?
Yeah.
401323.
And the first pet's name and your mother's maiden name.
And your national insurance number.
But the thing is, you like all of this information is just, you know, if you look, you can find all of this information anyway. But yeah.
Oh, sorry.
For God's sakes, they're like on YouTube. My details are all there on a video, like as my business card. So you know. So there.
Well,
I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but has anyone seen that clip from someone in America saying about they've been investigating TikTok, that the Chinese are using it to collate information about all of us?
Well, they won't get any from me because I don't know how to use it.
No.
You're going to miss out on that slice of juiciness. That's not happening.
Ellen's obsessed with that.
All smartphones collate information about us anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
They were
why-
saying the same about House Party, weren't they? That they were using that to spy and hack people. And
That's why occasionally I will ask Alexa or Siri or, you know, just on Google, just some really awful question, you know, like, you know, how do I, you know, make a bomb or something? Just you know, so it flags up somewhere and I'm on someone's list and I'm like, oh, you know. So it's like, just try it. You know, I did genuinely, for a film, had to Google like how to make a fake bomb, and it was for a film.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would have appeared, and I Googled that a lot of times because I have to try and find videos and things. So I definitely would have appeared on, you know, some dodgy list somewhere for a while.
You're definitely there, yeah.
So I genuinely needed to make a fake bomb, you know.
Yes, Indy, I am. Yeah, I'm really, really cold, and that's why I'm yawning. Sorry. I'm not tired or bored. I'm just bloody freezing.
Oh, someone turn the sun off down your way, Carla.
It's because I'm at the back of the house, and the sun is only at the back of the house in the mornings.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it looks a little dark.
The room right now will be like a greenhouse.
Same as me.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, Indy noticed me yawning my head off.
It's been really windy here today, and all my washing is like twisted around the line. But I didn't want to go outside before I came on because I thought I could see this going in the air. I have to go and get it in.
yeah.
Well, ladies, I've just realised we poodled over the hour. We did that quite effortlessly.
Didn't we?
We just got shunted on as always.
We're really good at chatting crap, aren't we?
Well, if it keeps someone entertained,
Yeah.
why not indeed? Oh dear. Well, it's been absolutely lovely. I don't know. I'm assuming if we're having one on Friday. If someone's running a Cellar Ladies on Friday, I guess we'll know. But obviously, this particular one is in aid of our Just Giving for the British Red Cross and their coronavirus response. If someone could put the link in, because I'm really rubbish, into the chat, that would be fab. If you feel like donating before we potter off into the sunset, then please do.
Put it in there.
And is there a total?
I'll read.
Actually, I've got it open here.
I've
Yeah.
got it here.
Let's see if we're gonna.
Let me refresh it.
5263.
Nice.
Well, that's gone up then. So
Oh, yay.
yeah, fantastic, guys.
We're nearly there.
There's that a young Nick.
Nick's bombing in the vlog. Hello.
It's on a personal challenge to be in every stream this weekend.
You're doing well so far. It's just half.
Oh, I can't put it in the chat. I can send it to you though.
Lex, he's currently playing the role of your sausage, Lex.
Hey?
Hang
Hang on, I can do it in.
I was Lex's, Karin's sausage the other day.
What?
The score. I was a scoring sausage.
Basically, I suggested to Lex that she should have some sort of gimmick that turns up in every single video, but that she never mentions.
Oh, right.
And I said, "Well, you should have a sausage in the background." And she said, "What do you mean a sausage?" I was like, "Just a sausage, like hanging on a string in some videos, or off the end of a bookshelf, or whatever." But in every video, there should be a sausage somewhere. She wouldn't do it. I thought it'd be hilarious.
I'm glad you're not suggesting that I turn up in Wales every time Lex goes live.
Double Karma. It's being picked up tomorrow by Hermes and off to Andrew, so hopefully he'll be with him for his Friday live. So that'd be quite.
Hermes are doing all right at the moment, aren't they? So they seem to be managing.
Hermes are doing better than Royal Mail on parcels for the fast delivery. So yeah.
Can I just say, eBay have been very sneaky putting this thing out with the 300 listings and the £1 final value fee.
Yes.
That's not fair to people who put their shops on holiday on the 1st of April. Because if you take your shop off now,
you're too old to be saying it's not fair. You're an adult grown-up person.
Well, it made me think about taking my shop off holiday, and then I thought, no, because I'll have to pay the 30 quid then.
You can't have it both ways. What you're saying, you want to save the 30 quid and have the special offers as well.
Why didn't they do it on the 1st of May? Then I would have done it.
Karen, one, right? How many things that do you have in your store that would qualify for being more than a £1 fee?
I don't know.
And how many of those do you think would sell?
Not many, because that's why I put my shop on holiday.
Okay, right. So that's point number one. Point number two, it's 100 new list. Do you have 100 new listings to?
No.
Okay.
I love it when someone else bullies Karen. It gives me such a break.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was that the offer itself did appear in an email and wasn't actually on my eBay Seller Hub sort of site. So I had to go and find it. And that was because Mrs. Evan mentioned it. So I'm wondering if they wanted to hide that just ever so slightly.
Yeah, mine only came to me by email. It didn't appear in my messages, and it didn't appear on my app either.
No, it's sort of almost in my spam as well.
I put the link in the chat. Can anyone tell me if they can see it? Did it come up?
What, the Just Giving link?
Yeah.
How long ago?
I'm having a scroll back and I can't see it.
No.
It might need approving by a mod.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Heather, have you got mods? Because it might need approving by a mod.
Yeah, it might do.
Generally, links need approving unless Heather puts it in herself.
Right, I've put it in a few times, but I don't know if it's come up.
Right, what is it again?
It is. If I read out, you can type it in. It is justgiving.com. It is. Oh,
I can put it in the private chat.
/fundraising/reseller YouTube festival.
I put it in the private chat in the side chat of our StreamYard.
There we go. It's in.
Have I done that? Have I got it right?
Oh, there's no I in the fundraising, Heather.
Oh, Jesus. Well, anyway, now you can see it.
Hang on. Oh, there you go. It's in the private chat. Kara's just put it
Yes,
there.
you can copy and paste it from private chat over to the live. But I can't do it because I'm not on the page either. But
yeah, it's all right. I just got to.
But yeah, if you haven't got mods in to approve it, then it will just not get past the
right.
Which
Yeah,
I'm going to load it.
Non-technical, and I haven't really set it up, so I'm just trying to find it now. Is it in the Cellar Ladies Live Your Wow one?
No, it's in the side chat of this StreamYard thing out.
Live comments on StreamYard, it's there.
And the bit that says private chat.
Oh God.
Right hand side of your screen as you look at it, Heather. So you've got you, Lex, and then Karen, and then to the side you've got your chat.
Yeah.
Am I a mod on yours?
Are you currently viewing the chat? At the top of there it says private chat, and if you click on there it'll just come up with.
You're right. I've just seen that. So
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot you could do that. Here we go.
I love knowing stuff. It's so rare that I know stuff.
You really know stuff.
You know a lot of
I
stuff,
spent the
Carla.
entire weekend sending Lex and Caroline messages. Going, I can't wait for the computer. Please tell me how to know stuff.
There we are. That's in there now. He's actually in there. So yeah.
Are you streaming from your new computer, Carla?
Yes, which is why my nose looks so red. Doesn't like my skin tones. I changed out of a pink top because in a pink top I looked like a tomato.
I'm doing the true tomato in very bright red. Okay, so the link's made it. Thank you. Good. Glad that's there. So if anyone needs that to donate, please do. I know a couple of people did. And yes, I spelt fundraising wrong because I've got fat fingers. Heck.
So thank you in advance to everybody who hasn't donated that is going to donate. I mean, even if it's just £1, even if that's all you can afford, that's, you know, it's something towards it, and that'd be fantastic. And thank you so much to everybody who's already donated.
Queenie Conquest says, can she ask you a favour just before we go?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, then, Queenie, ask away.
Yeah, it depends what the favour is.
Alan P says I'm a technical wizard, and Kelly says Carla Bill Gates Jenkins.
Carla knows stuff.
Karen Gates Jenkins, to be honest.
I'm waiting to find out what this favour is.
There's always a little delay, you see.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to be a
The boy plays quizzical.
Can I get a shout out just right now?
Yay!
Next.
Yay!
Yay! Woo!
Yeah, she'd like to shout out in the quiz. What's his name, Queenie?
Yeah, I was going to say that. What's his name? And yeah, I'll
If his name's not Norman, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Oh my God, that would be genius.
Norman.
I'm going to go out with that.
Brilliant.
That would be amazing.
But yes, definitely, we will give him a shout out. So if you want us to name him,
Just pop his name in.
Yeah. Oh, Bobby. Request. Yes,
nice
I'll make a note of that.
Not Norman.
Queenie says she'll donate a further £20 in his name. He is 8 and loves the show.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Queenie.
cheers. Professor Lex Fantastic.
Let's have a shout out for Professor Lex Fantastic.
Yay!
Lex, we should have Westwood in there somewhere.
Professor Lex Westwood Fantastic.
No, just fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let us all say goodbye now.
Bye.
So we're going to say goodbye.
Okay.
We're going to do awkward
Goodbye,
waving.
everybody. Thank you for
All next
watching.
time. Thank you for being here. And more waving. Hang on, get that right button.